What's going on, fuckers? I am back, and I just fucked my shit up because I didn't put music on. And you know me, I have to listen to music. So, we got some exciting shit for today, which I am going to get to in just uno momento. Actually, I'm going to take this sweater off first and foremost. Bitch! Of course, I dropped my fucking hat. Alright. So, you ask, what do we got going on? Let me show you what I'm most excited about first. Look at that, bro. Look at that curve. Alright. Now, this is the prototype. It is just double taped. But, and this will all flatten. It's going to go back in the bag. So, basically, these were the ones we had talked about. Making the shape of a skateboard. I did it a little bit different where I have the pieces hand-picked. If you want to make one of these, I just used old veneer pieces. This piece, 3 inches. This piece, 1 7/8. This piece, 3 inches. Veneer, 3 veneer, 5 veneer, 4 veneer. I put the 3 on the inside of the curve and the 4 on the outside, being the pressure is going to be on that. So, what I plan on doing, I've got a shorter version. This is like 10 inches. So I've got a 7-inch and a 12-inch cooking right now. They're going to come out, get sanded just like this, nice and smooth. This will get cleaned up and cut all super flush. And then I'm going to dye it like a deck. And this sticks out 3/4 of an inch is the mark. And that's how much is up in there. Anyways, so I'm thinking about rounding the edges, basically making it look and feel just like a skateboard rail, because that's what it is. So I've got another one. Anybody interested in these that, I don't know, maybe wants to purchase one? Let me know if you don't have the capability or time to make it or don't want to. So, I made a special, here, let me do it this way. I made a special mold, just this, and I made it longer because my initial mold was this guy. I may have a couple molds, and that's not even all of them because there's molds all over that. Anyways, this was the original shape. It's not super accurate. You can see that's all fucked off because it was just for squeegees. So this worked good for maybe doing a bunch of shorter ones, but if it's longer than this, then it wants to just fucking square the edge straight down it. So that obviously did not work for me. So that's why I made this wider guy. I taped everything down so it wasn't fucking falling all over. And instead of leaving that like kind of squared fucking, edge, ledge, whatever that normally happens when we do those, I just rounded it off. But here is the outer pieces for the 7-inch. And I had an extra piece. So, yeah. So this will go with it because this one's already cut. But that's just the single piece by itself. So you can kind of see. And that was the other thing. They all kind of came out different variations of bendiness. But I did it a lot different because what I did is I just basically made several different ply options and put it in the fucking vacuum seal and then cut to size after, where this time I cut my pieces to the exact size that I needed and put them in there. So, like I said, I think these are pretty cool. My plan is simply just to glue it, to include the squeegee, which is 70 durometer. And then I think I'm just going to pin nail a couple, you know, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4 across. And then like 1, 2, 3 type deal. Actually, maybe in the back I'll do that. And then before this back piece goes on, I'll shoot nails going through the other way. So you can't see them in the front. But if you're not familiar with pin nails, they're super small. Anyways, so today, I didn't take my bong hit. Today, the plan is we're gonna make a board with fucking rocker. Well, we're gonna try. And I'm going to record it and go through the fucking probably fucked up strenuous process with you. I have not done a board with rocker, but this will have rocker. It will have concave. It will have wheel flares. The whole shebang. So tools, if you haven't seen my videos before, what I use as far as saws, my 2 workhorses, Cobalt, Irwin. This is what I kind of started off with and then finish, or if I'm doing straight cuts. You definitely want one of these so you can get your kicktails, angles, concaves, everything exact. I do occasionally, like I just use these to make that mold for the, whatchamacallit. I do occasionally use these, small and big rasps. I also have small and big sandpapers, but again, I don't really use these on my molds. My workhorse is the saw, the Olfa, tape measure of course. I do the bulk of it with ruler. I like see-through. You'll need some fucking big metal rulers. Too long. Maybe a couple fucking speed squares. This little doohickey. This is how I do all my concave, any of my drops. This thing is fucking super sweet, right? So say you want 0.5 drop, boom, 1/2 inch. You stick that back onto your mold, and that drops down 1/2 inch. You can even make your line all the way across just using this. As far as writing utensil, I know some guys use marker, fucking construction pencils, all that bullshit. I use this. That's it. Look at that tip. That's what I use. Because we want it technical. We want it tight lines, right? Sometimes I will use this, but I keep it at a pretty sharp point. But overall, that is the bulk of what I use, with the exception of I use these as well. They're foamies. This one's completely bendy, right? Fucking peel and stick pads. I really like this one a lot, especially for your concave areas. This one does have a shank in it, although it's foamy. There's a shank across the bottom to keep it flat. That's it. So let's take this bong hit. But there was something else I worked on this weekend. I can't remember. Let's go over something real quick. I was going to show this in the last video as an example. So when you're making your templates for your boards, what I feel is most accurate is basically cutting out a quarter of the mold, but having it folded in quarters. So when I cut out that quarter, it transfers everything identical. Obviously, that may vary. You may not be able to do a quarter, only a half, depending on, you know, if it's asymmetrical, fucking symmetrical, whatever. But if you're just doing a standard popsicle, and you're not doing anything crazy on the nose and tail, and just your basic rounded tail, there's a couple different ways to do stuff. I don't know if you can see this. I have these, which are radius gauges. I also have this, which is a French curve set, which is really good. For the body of the board, something else you can do is with like a flexible ruler or something, using fucking, you know, a couple of screws holding this in place. Look at that. That gives you the perfect fucking arc, right? Another thing you can do, right? Get you some fucking string, fashion it however you want. Again, this is just for your basic guy, right? And you can take something like this. Okay. And with this string fixed, yeah, you guys can see that. Okay. You can do all kinds of crazy stuff just using that. You can change up by moving it over, you know, and oops, I hit that hole. But you can get perfect curves. I don't know if you guys can fucking see that shit. There you go, a little bit. You can get perfect curves. Ah, there you go. Doing stuff like that. Obviously, everybody knows these. Where you put your pencil in there, you'll figure out your radius. Anyways, so just some ideas to think about. I was just farting around with it the other night, and if you guys can see, I did a bunch of different ones, all from a center line that goes straight down where the string is at, right? So that's my center point, and then that's my end point. Just checking out the different radiuses. And you know, you can also do stuff where, say you're gonna have a certain radius circle for the end of the nose, right? And then, so you got that, but you want fucking that Andy Anderson type fucking weird shit going on, you know? So here's your initial curve. Now your next curve, you may want somewhere over here, and that's how you're gonna get that one, right? All different size circles in different areas combined with each other. You can make all kinds of shit. Another super simple fucking way, just take you an old fucking skateboard. You know, you'll see a lot of people, oh, well, you know, don't be ripping people's shit off. Hey, I'm gonna tell you right now, you start off, you can make this all day long. Good luck. You're not gonna get it fucking dead on. You'll probably go through 10 molds before you even get close. And then even still, getting it down, because are you using the same type of veneer, maple or birch, or you know what I'm saying? There's so much different stuff. Like, you're never gonna make an exact replica. If you like a board, fucking copy the fucker or copy parts, dude. You know, I don't think there's any skateboard things coming around to fucking arrest you. You know, where that shit comes into play is, say you start doing this, you decide you want to sell these, and you take like the Andy Anderson fucking design, like identical, and call it the fucking Tony Tonerson fucking board or whatever, and it's the same fucking thing with different graphics. Yeah, that's lame as fuck, because you're taking money from another skateboard company, which is your community. So, but you're just having fun with it, not charging anybody. Do whatever the fuck you want, man. I did do these. I don't know if I'm gonna fucking kick these out, but this, I wanted to make a crazy fucking penny board, and so this is what I came up with, and it's got like a fucking 12-inch wheelbase, 2-inch nose, 4-inch tail, fucking 0.2 fucking concave drop, some other weird shit going on. So there's that. Then this was no nose, just a tail with some kind of weird concave going on back there, so you can kind of get an idea of that. And then it was going to taper in. So anyways, but today we are going to try and put rocker in this fucker. We're also going to use this. So I've been saying this a lot in my videos. If you like the skateboard build and you are not on the DIY skateboard building Facebook group, you're fucking up, dude. You're fucking up. So go get on there. It's laid back, you know, but it's a little bit more conservative, you know. I mean, I'm pretty out there guy, but I be watching my P's and Q's in there, because like I've said before, like, dude, that's like the Bible of information. That is the most information, that wide a variety from that many sources in one spot, one click, that I found anywhere. That's free, and it's free. So for example, I just did like a 40 some odd page drop. This being one of them. It's gonna walk you step by step the correct way how to do your entire fucking mold, dude. I did not create these. This came out of like OSS fucking manual, open source skateboards manual. They fucking, as far as the technical shit, they're the leaders, I think. As far as information put out, Roar Rocket does a great job of giving you the overall like gist of it and enough to build boards with. Where OSS, they cover everything. What does a long tail versus a short tail do? What boards do they go to? What is a steep radius kicktail versus a shallow radius kicktail, and what types of skating and boards do they go to? I mean, it's there's so much shit, and I haven't seen anybody else put that kind of shit out there. Real quick, I said that about 20 million times, but we're just gonna go over what I was talking about with your template. So say this is 33 by fucking 9 or whatever, right? But I'm just gonna make a popsicle. So I'm gonna fold it in half. And I'm gonna fold it in half, right? And try and get that fucker like perfect, right? Don't be fucking around. Make sure all these folds are fucking same measurements, squared off, crisp. And then you'll make your fucking beautiful template that you created all on your own. Not ripping anybody else off, of course. And you're gonna get some fucking scissors. Right? There's my quarter, because it's just popsicle. It's gonna be like, it's supposed to be identical, right? Then what I'm also gonna do real quick is I'm gonna do a little of this action. That fucking corner, I'm just gonna, I'm gonna do a little, maybe around here. Oops. And this is just a general idea. A lot of you guys probably already know this. Now, so there's your quarter, a couple of diamonds, that little bottom cut off. Boom. There's half of your board right there, identical to each other. And then guess what? There's your entire board, all of these quadrants identical to this, as long as you don't fuck up your folding shit. And then if you look closer, see those little diamonds in there, right? So say you got your mold. Or your board, whatever. You have those diamonds, now you can see exactly where your center line is and your midline, and you can line them up perfectly. And then as you travel up the board, you know, you can make sure that's lined up, and those little diamonds give you killer alignment. So say this just came off the press, whatever, and it's time to put the template shape on, whenever it is you do that. Before you have taken your board off of the mold, you are going to make sure you mark all your mold marks out and transfer them over to the board. I know I've covered this before, but I'm going to keep covering it because it's important and it's something that should be kept in mind. So anyways, all those lines along my mold are transferred onto here. And then you don't even want to move in my personal opinion, when it comes off, we always check it. You can get it on pretty straight if you made sure to have center lines on everything. But anyways, when they're sitting and curing their 2 weeks, just leave them right on the fucking mold. Anyways, template will go on the board. And bam. Another cool trick I just seen somebody do, instead of tracing it, especially sometimes this is hard to not fuck up and like, because it's just soft paper. I normally take this and transfer this to RAM board, and then RAM board is what I make to go on my board and the template I use to route it all out. But what this guy did was he just took spray paint, just enough to do the outline on the board. So I kind of like that. I mean, I don't know if I want to fucking throw some spray paint on my fucking board, because that's going to be super hard to get off. But if it's just like the template that you're going to use to router out the board, that I'm cool with. So, anyways, all important things and go along with this. Where are we at? 24 minutes. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to make this a two-parter. we're gonna start now. Now that we're all up to date on everything and I've shown you all the different stuff, I'm gonna start the video over and we're going straight into cutting. All right, see you fuckers in a minute. Oh, let me grab my, this is the only way I can even work my phone. Super ghetto. Okay.